to another episode of Curtain Call Conversations. I'm here today with Joel Harper Jackson, and we're going to be talking all about Queen by Candlelight. How are you today?
Very well. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, you're very welcome. So let's talk about this show that you are part of. It's a gala concert celebrating 50 years of Bohemian Rhapsody, and it'll be on at the London Palladium. So, an iconic venue for an iconic band. How are you feeling about it?
Very, very excited. So the show's been going since coming out of the pandemic, and
Ah,
that's when I've been how long I've been involved with it. We kind of started it all together up in Manchester. Jobs were really scarce,
yeah.
of course, as you can imagine, coming out of theatre. So a couple of us kind of took it upon ourselves to kind of set something up. Very small, not thinking anything would it really take off. And the boys have kind of taken over and just made it soar. Since doing those little candlelight concerts in Manchester, a little monastery. Since then, it's toured Australia, New Zealand, done
Wow.
arenas in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. We did Carnegie Hall
Oh, wow.
in New York City in 2023. St Paul's Cathedral they hosted their first ever rock concert, and it was us.
Wow.
And now the London Palladium. It feels like the cherry on the top of a very successful couple of years. But so being involved from the beginning
Yeah.
and then seeing where it's got to now, it's just lovely to see. And my friends own the company, and
Yeah.
they've really made turned it into what it is today. And it's lovely to see. I feel very proud, and of course, being an actor, I'm often going off doing all sorts of different things, but it's always nice to come back and join them for little things here and there.
Yeah.
Um, so it's just gorgeous. It's a really nice thing to like keep my rock voice going and to still sing with those people. Like there's four
Sure.
singers and a big band. Majority of them are from Liverpool, um, and they're just good people. So
Mm,
it's really wonderful to do.
yeah. So is it just the London Palladium date that you're doing, or are you doing other dates as well?
I do bits and bobs
Oh,
here, there, and
okay.
everywhere. So I mean, Queen itself, I've got a few scattered throughout the year, but then the company also does like Coldplay by
Yeah.
Candlelight. So we did the Adelphi. No, sorry, we're doing the Adelphi in a couple of months. Um, and then little gigs here, there, and everywhere. So it's something like I probably in total I probably get like five, maybe seven gigs a month
Yeah.
alongside other work. It's really good fun.
Yeah. I mean, it was announced this week that Lucy Jones is the guest star with you at the
Mm.
Palladium. So that must be fantastic to have Lucy with you.
Yeah, I've known Lucy for years. We were supposed to be doing a show together. We recorded all of the promo together, and we're all set to go. It was a St James Theatre that used
Okay.
to be, it is the other palace now.
Yeah.
And then she got Midsummer Murders, so then she had to drop out. But we've
Yeah.
known each other for years, and um, yeah, we're friends. So it will be lovely to share the stage with her as well. She's such a lovely vocalist, and like
Yeah.
over the years, her voice and technique has just got better and better.
Mm,
It's one of those voices that I could just listen to all the time.
yeah.
So easy and effortless. I know it's not, of course. Like it's just a lot of. She seems like a very dedicated singer, and she's on constantly getting singing lessons and working on a
Oh, wow.
craft. So
Mm.
yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a precious instrument to take care of, isn't it? So yeah, you need to definitely be doing that. So when it comes to Queen, what's your favorite song to perform?
Oh, it's very difficult.
There's so
Um,
many, I know.
I I like doing Under Pressure.
Ah.
because that's really good fun. There's a big moment where I get to do like a really big rock scream. Um, it's so difficult, but if I get it right, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Then the payoff is great.
Yeah.
Um, I love singing "Love of My Life." That was
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
the first Queen song that I ever sung live, and God, I was about 13 years old, and it was my school assembly.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so yeah, it's
Yes.
weird to now be doing it. I grew up with Queen. It's my parents' favorite band,
Okay.
so it was on all the time. Um, so yeah, singing the songs is like second nature. That's why
Yeah.
that's so difficult to choose
Yeah.
somebody to love. I love, but that's the thing I love about them. Stylistically, they constantly keep you on your toes
Yeah.
because they're going between genres so many times. And for me, as an artist, then and their artistry, like that's what keeps me excited in someone being
Yeah.
so versatile and flexible and moldable. Because when something's just the same, you
Mm.
know, same notes, I can get bored. But Queen are forever moving all over the place. That's why I love them so much, I think.
Yeah, I think that just, I mean, it's definitely true about the different genres because just the song Bohemian Rhapsody has got so many different genres all just within that one song, hasn't it? So, I mean, that's why
No.
it's become such an iconic song. I would imagine that's pretty fun to do as well.
Yeah, that's of course the closing number.
Yeah, of course,
Uh,
of course.
and of course it's everyone's favorite number. So yeah, that really is
Good one
everyone's
to
on their
finish on.
feet. Yeah, everyone's on their feet, everyone's up for it. Our vocal cords are absolutely fried by this point.
Yeah,
Not just
absolutely. Yeah,
and
hard
yeah.
work on the vocal cords. Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about other sort of shows that you've been in. And I have to say, for me, last year, Standing at the Sky's Edge was just probably the best piece of theatre I've ever seen. And in fact, I went twice in a week because I
Oh,
just thought it was just stunning. I mean, it was so powerful, so moving, and I sobbed basically most of it. So, I mean, it was just a beautiful show. I mean, how was that for you?
lovely. Yeah, it's gonna be one of the jobs that I look back on with such fond memories.
Yeah.
It was very, if I can be transparent, it was a
Hmm.
little bit difficult, um, like with the subject matter, like my
Mm,
character, you know, dies every single show and
yeah.
of an overdose. So it was something
Mm,
that was close to home
okay.
personally with family. So
Okay.
doing that was tricky, but in a way it was kind of cathartic.
Mm,
Well, like, I take that as what you will. I guess it probably
yeah.
says something about me, but it helped.
Mm,
But it was a gorgeous piece to do. We were surrounded by Northerners, um, and we are just a little bit more, uh, I don't know, softer than the London crowd can be.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just absolutely loved it. There was no dramas in the cast. It just seemed really at peace, and
Mm,
we all felt very dedicated to telling a story that was all very close to our hearts. Like we were all quite working class backgrounds,
mm,
um, and yeah, this meant a lot to all of us. I think it was a
yeah.
perfect length of time, 7 months, including rehearsals.
Mm,
Um, I mean, I'm just gutted that more people didn't see it, but I do think that it is going to have another life in a different iteration and in a different format. So I do think more people will
mm,
see it, hopefully. Um, but yeah, it was just wonderful, and again, like so different from anything I'd done before. I was so happy that I got to do a role like that because it was so transformative. Like
mm,
I got to age within like 25 years, and for
yeah.
me, like again, that's just what excites me to do
Mm,
something that is so far removed from myself.
yeah.
There's me in there, of course, but Yeah, it was just a proper gift
Yeah,
to do. Hard, but all,
yeah.
so wonderful.
Yeah, it was. It's a stunning show, and I did think, I wonder if it'll get a tour, but then I thought, well, the set is so sort of vast, isn't it? I just thought, I mean, it won't particularly travel well for the set, but as you've just said, I think more people need to get to see that show because I was just totally taken with it, I have to say.
Yeah.
So I loved your performance.
Okay.
Just on to the flip side, I guess we can talk about Kinky Boots, which is a completely different role, isn't it? I mean, it's a
Yeah.
joyous, very camp, very beautiful show. So when you obviously, had probably the best time ever on that show, I would imagine. How was it for you?
Yeah, it was wonderful. Growing up, Kinky Boots was my favorite film.
Yeah.
Um, being very honest, as I always am, I didn't like Charlie, like the
Oh,
character. Like,
really?
well, yeah, of course, because he was just a little bit of a sap, wasn't he?
Well, I guess
Like,
so. I
we
guess
all
so.
gravitate towards Lola because they're just fabulous
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
fun and like and brave, whereas Charlie was this sort of oh, a little bit meek and mild and
Yeah.
but I did love his journey of standing on his own 2 feet
Mm.
and being the unlikely hero and making mistakes along the way, being human. Well, that's what I did like about it. Um, Tough again. It was 16 months on tour.
Yeah.
Such a demanding vocal. Like it was
Yes.
so high, so
Mm.
high. It was my first big commercial lead. I think I was 25, 26 when I did it.
Mm.
And we got to go to like some venues that really meant a lot to me. So I'm from Stoke and I used
Okay.
to work at the Regent Theatre.
Yes.
And I used to sell ice creams and programs when I was
Oh,
16.
yeah.
So then cut to 10 years later, we go back to that theatre, being in the big dressing room and all
Oh,
my friends
wow.
were there.
Yeah.
So then of course, like all family and friends came to that place and in Manchester as well.
Yeah.
So things like that, it were just so, so, so special.
Yeah.
Um, and it was just glorious. Like the show, like the Jerry Mitchell's eye for just nuggets that an audience member remembers, like Lauren blowing her hair with that.
The
Uh,
hairdryer, yeah. Oh,
sh
not a
yeah,
hairdryer.
but
Look like a hairdryer. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
look, that's exactly what we
Yeah.
think though, and that's what we
Yeah, yeah.
remember. It just has such a brain for clever little things like that that just make you either laugh your head off or cry your eyes out.
Yeah.
And he's a very clever director in that sense. And then meeting Cyndi Lauper and
Yeah. Wow.
working with the people that played Lola, Kaya
Mm.
Shea, and Callum Francis.
Yeah.
It was just again. It was tough. By the end of it, I was ready for a break,
Yeah,
and
I'm sure.
COVID did actually provide that break.
Oh, God.
Unfortunately, a little
Yeah,
bit too long.
not quite the break you wanted, but no. I mean, I did
But
speak to the lovely Scott Page yesterday, actually, and he's obviously in the current touring production of Kinky Boots. And I asked him this question, so I'm going to ask you as well. What was it like the first time you put those boots on?
oh heaven! It was so I was one made to measure. A lady flew over from Australia
Oh,
to fit my boot,
oh,
and then
wow.
it was so I'd never experienced anything like that. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, wow, what service?
Yeah.
So they were. I mean, I've still got them hidden
Have
in my ward.
you?
Yeah, I have. Obviously, don't tell the production company. Hopefully, they don't
No,
listen to
of
this.
course not. No.
But they were gigantic.
Yeah.
But and I think I have to wear those specific like boots for the longest because I have to do the catwalk in them
Yeah.
and I don't know, you just couldn't help. I don't know. I just kind of felt a little bit sexy, a little bit sexy,
Yeah,
but
why wouldn't you?
probably
Yeah.
did not look too sexy. Um, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was just wonderful. Yeah, my mum was very jealous of them.
Yes, I can imagine. I mean, they're stunning, aren't they? I mean, why not? And I'm glad you've got them. That's great. I love that. I love that. Right, so Queen by Candlelight at the London Palladium, Tuesday, the 8th of April. Tell people why they should come and see the show.
Because I seriously think that apart from Freddie Mercury and Adam Lambert, this is the best you'll hear it. We have a group of singers which are some of the best I've ever worked with. And again, all so different. Every single singer is so different and brings something unique to it. But the band play it exactly as Queen did. And it's so slick. They've been playing it for so long. We've added strings, so you'll have violins and cellos, and we've taken a step up for the London Palladium, of course. Um, and I just think in that theatre on Bohemian Rhapsody's 50th year anniversary,
Mm,
it's going to be extraordinarily special. The energy you're going to get from us because we're going to be on cloud nine,
yes.
will be worth the ticket price alone, I'd say.
Yes, and
Um,
I will put details of where people can get their tickets from on the next slide. Hope it goes well. I mean, I'm going to try and catch the show actually. You're heading to Birmingham, which is my neck of the woods. So I'm going to try and
right.
catch it there. So wishing you all the best with it. And thank you
Thank
so
you
much
very
for
much.
joining me today.
Thank you. Bye
Okay,
bye.
take care. Bye bye.
Bye.